podcast with teeth, Buster Unmasked is the only podcast for you, where real pro wrestlers talk real pro wrestling and no bullshit allowed. All right, guys, we're here. We're live. You're watching Buster Unmasked, and look, you can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us on X. And most importantly, you can catch us on Genesis TV Network every single Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central Time. You can catch it on Roku, Fire Stick. They have a website. And look, while I'm talking about Genesis TV Network, I want to give a big shout out to the Wrestling with Local guys, Biscuit and Titanic. They're joining the Genesis TV Network family. You should be able to catch their show starting this Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Central Time. Go check them out. Like I said, every single Thursday night, Buster Unmasked, 10 p.m. Central on the Genesis TV Network. Go check it out. Look, tonight, we got a guest, man. My guest tonight, y'all, everybody in the wrestling business around our area has an opinion of this young man, including me. You know, without a doubt, he's a guy that even if you do not know him personally, you know his name, and he's always making waves. I bring to you none other than Luke Justice. Luke.
What's going on?
I don't know it, dude. What's up with you, man?
Not much, man. Just living life, living the American dream.
I hear you, man. Like I said, dude, everybody's got an opinion of Luke Justice, dude.
Whether it's good or bad.
Exactly. Some people love you, some people hate you. But everybody's got an opinion on you, man. And look, man, I mean, how long you been wrestling now, Luke?
It'll be 11 years in November.
Okay, how old are you right now, Luke?
I'm only 21. I was brought into the business at a young age. Young age.
But look, and you
My
know,
granddad, he trained.
And you know my opinion on some of that. But, I mean, what can you do? What's done is done now. But the fact of the matter is, at 21 years old, you've been doing this 10 years now. You know, and here's the thing. Like I said, everybody's got an opinion of you. But the one thing I don't think anybody can deny, whether they like you or don't like you, is that you're badass in the wrestling ring, man. You can work, dude. You can wrestle. You know, I don't think nobody can take away your talent. It's as simple as that, dude. 10 years at 21 years old, man. Dude, you ought to be making a run for AEW, Ring of Honor, GCW.
I actually got some stuff in the works right now. That'll come up when it's here. It's with the NWA and possibly OVW. So let's just stay tuned for that and see where that goes.
Dude, I think that's where you need to be. Look, as you can see above your head, above both our head, Wild Card Wrestling. Now, you're not just a wrestler now. Are you the booker at Wild Card?
I am the promoter and booker. I went into this with AWA last year, you know, and I kind of seen what I can do with talent, you know, with booking wise and promoting wise. And I was like, you know, I'm just going to branch out on my own and start my own company. So that's where Wildcard came into play.
Okay, look, Crystal Sharble says incredible talent. And I couldn't agree more, man. Look, here's the thing, Luke. You're not that same kid you was even 4 or 5 years ago, man. Look, here's the thing. You've done put on size. You put on muscle. Your look's different. Dude, I see you as a marketable guy out here on our wrestling scene, man. Not just on our wrestling scene. I see you as a marketable guy, period, right now, dude. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like running your own company and being a booker hinders your wrestling, maybe cost you booking sometimes? How do you feel about the situation? Because here's my thought, Luke. Man, you're in the prime of your life right now, dude. Look, you got your whole life to run shows and book shows. I think you ought to be chasing the dream, man. I think you ought to be. You're perfect right now. You've got a look about you. You've done put on size. You put on muscle. Like I said, you're not the same kid you was even 5 years ago. I feel like that you ought to really focus on chasing that dream. Ohio Valley, man, that's a seems to be, to me, that's a perfect place for you, dude.
Right. And when I do got like out of state bookings, my granddad usually helps me with, running the show while I'm not there. Like I have something coming up in North Carolina in March for AIWF, and I have a show here also. And Granddad's going to help me with running it and promoting it. So I think that would be, I think I got him right in the perfect spot where he wants to be because, um, let's face it, his time is coming to an end, here shortly, and he even knows that. So I think with him helping me grow and learn in the business, with the business aspect of it, I think that's a perfect spot right for him.
Right. Well, look, do you feel like being a promoter and a booker is a hindrance to you as a wrestler, or do you feel like you can pull them both off, man? Because here's the thing about being a promoter and a booker. It's the heat spot, dude. It is the heat spot. Uh Here's the thing, man. You're either the promoter everybody wants to work for and they can't really say shit about it because they need to work in your company, or you're every other promoter where I ain't seen a promoter in my lifetime that didn't keep heat with the boys, some of the boys all the time. So how do you feel? Do you feel like that sometimes it does get you unwarranted heat from the guys?
I do feel like that sometimes, but I also have the other side where if I'm getting bookings, I can help the younger guys that work for me. I can help them get pushed out there and help them get their name out there a little bit more. That's just where I stand on that. I kind of feel like I can help the younger guys too. So I kind of feel like it helps, but then I kind of feel like it in another instance it gets me a lot of unwanted heat, which I don't, you know what I mean. I don't care about the heat, so much, but because it's guys gotta understand that it's business. But yeah, I kind of feel that way. I kind of feel like it hinders, but it don't.
Right, right. Look, Joseph Earl Dawson says, "Hello, Buster. I'm back, Joseph. I'm glad to have you back. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate all the support. Daryl Bruff did the whoa face, man. He's like me. He's old as hell. I'm surprised he even uses emojis because I don't understand none of them bastards, man. Well, look, man, you use the term young guys, but in actuality, dude, you are one of these young guys,
Yeah,
man. Here's the thing. I feel like you should be looking out for you. Like I said, you got your whole life to promote and book. Man, I feel like you ought to be out. Here's the thing: running your own company is going to be a hell of a lot easier if you go out and you make a name for yourself. You get a
right.
name, then you're going to be able to come back, run shows, use yourself as a draw, and you know, I just feel like you ought to be chasing that dream, Luke. What is your thoughts on? Are you going to sacrifice your? Because no, let's just back up a minute. What is your dream in pro wrestling, Luke? What is your goal out of pro wrestling? Period. I know you was born into it, you growed up into it. And I know that kind of shapes how you look and think about pro wrestling. But as a wrestler, as a talent, what are your goals, Luke?
Of course, to get signed to a big name, a big company, that's I'm pretty sure that's everybody's. Um, but that also it's kind of weird because I'm kind of the guy that likes the help, and there's not really that many guys left in the business that will actually sit there and help somebody. When I make it big, that's my goal, and I can help the next man up. You know what I mean? That's my
Right.
goal. As long as I can help somebody up to where I'm at, and then it keeps going, like passing the torch type thing. I think that's the biggest goal in my career right now.
Dude, I'm gonna
That
be
making
honest.
it big somebody up.
Right. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I think you ought to. My personal opinion. drop the company, drop the booking, drop the promoting, I think your phone would be ringing off the hook right now, dude. I think you'd be a hot commodity. I think everybody would want Luke Justice. I think if you focused on being Luke Justice, the wrestler, man, I think the sky's the limit. Let me ask you this. Have you ever asked your granddad that question? Whether he thought maybe you should drop promoting and stuff and booking and just really focus on chasing the wrestling dream?
Honestly, I have, and he's kind of said the same thing. Like, you're young, like you don't want to have gray hairs by the time you're 25, 30. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then we got yeah, he tries to get me to hop on every opportunity I can, because like sometimes opportunities don't come but once in a lifetime.
Exactly. In the wrestling business, man, you need to look. It sucks to get an opportunity that you're not ready for, but you still got to go take it and take that chance. It's as simple as that, because like you said, opportunity, they don't come every day in this business, man. Look, Daryl Bruff, right here. We're making bookings. I might as well be your manager, dude. We're getting your bookings right now. Daryl Bruff says we'd love to book him. Hey, Luke, we know you know my cash out. So when you get that booking there, I need 10% of whatever you make, man.
Gotcha.
So look, man, Ohio Valley, you mentioned that, man. Is that kind of NWA and Ohio Valley? That's kind of your immediate goals right now. If you could get to those companies. That's
kind of my goal right now. Just if I do get the offer from NWA or OVW as short terms, I would take it, because you never know. Like, they have lots of connections with bigger name companies. Like, I'm pretty sure, Al Snow, he runs OVW. I'm pretty sure he has lots of connections. And if he sees something in you, then, he's going to want to, push you to the next level.
Right. No, Al Snow, he got all the connections in the world, man.
One of the best wrestlers of all time, Al Snow. So
right. I agree with that, man. Astonishing Austin Mooley Talio. If I'm right, Austin. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna get that shit right, dude. Look, he says one of Arkansas's best, dude. Look, they're coming out, man. They're telling you, dude. I ain't the only one that feels that way. Like I said it from the start, I feel like even the people who don't like Luke Justice, the one thing they can't deny is your talent, man.
Right.
I just feel like it. Look, you're talking about where'd you say we're going? North Carolina?
Yeah, I got some North Carolina stuff coming up in March. Yeah, March. I had to think for a minute. Too many blows to the head, I guess.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love watching your stuff at these other places, like out of Texas when you went to Pennsylvania, was it? Or New Jersey?
Yeah, New Jersey.
Right. Man, dude, I've told you this before. You've been on the podcast before. Man, the Luke Justice I see at these other places, man, I don't feel like we get the same Luke Justice down here. What do you attribute to that too? Do you feel like that you perform the same here as you do there? Because here's the thing. I know for a fact when you go off to these new places, you're trying to impress people. Do you feel like maybe sometimes down here you're a little too complacent?
Sometimes yes. But when I go to like Bluff City, I'm a Bluff City guy. Not that's odd. That comment just popped up as soon as I said that.
Yeah, Daryl's back and he said Luke would be perfect at Memphis Wrestling. I don't know that he strictly means like Dustin Starr's Memphis Wrestling. I think he might. I mean, he may mean Bluff City. I mean, both of these companies are in Memphis. Both of them are. One's named Memphis Wrestling, but both of them's part of Memphis Wrestling. So I don't know. Daryl, tell us what you're talking about, man. Clarify for us. You mean Dustin's show or Johnny's show? Speaking of Bluff City, you like you said, you're a Bluff City guy. Man, I heard through the grapevine that you and DJ Brown had a hell of a match this past weekend, dude.
Oh yeah, that's where I was going with my statement. Just in general, the area, I do agree. That's like that's why I'm trying to, like that's why I'm a Johnny guy all the way. People hate on Johnny, but in reality, he is good for the business because he speaks his truth, and everybody hates him, but they talk about him, so he's doing his job.
Right.
But yeah, me and DJ, we had a hell of a match on Bluff City this past weekend, and that's where I kind of feel like when I'm at my own shows, I'm too busy trying to put out fires, and I can't be the wrestler that I want. But when I go to other shows, yeah, I've been told like when I go to Osceola, I feel like I get a different. I get it. I'm a atmosphere changer at Osceola. I'm an atmosphere changer at Bluff City. Like there's a lot of good talent there, and I'm not taking away from that. But I kind of feel like I'm pretty underrated whenever I'm around here. But you know what I'm saying? Not to get off the subject or anything, but I kind of feel that way. But yeah, I kind of see that I'm complacent. I feel very complacent whenever when I'm here taking my bookings with my place.
Right. Right. Well, look, we're talking about Bluff City, and look, man, I seen this flyer come out yesterday, dude. I swear. I think Johnny wiped the whole roster out other than a few guys, man. And look, let's just pull it up and let everybody see what we're talking about here, man. I don't know what's going on with Bluff City, man. They're bringing new talent in, man. Talk to me about this poster right here, dude.
Hey, now, that's one hell of a roster.
A hell of a roster, man. I said that when I seen that, but here's something I noticed, Luke. And look, I'm not going to sit here and lie. When I seen that shit last night, it popped me, dude. I popped on it immediately, man. I just wasn't expecting it. I popped hard on it. It cracked me up. It's funny. But look, man, the one thing I did notice is there's 3 people you didn't cover up. You didn't cover up Bullwhip Ballard or Vicious Hyde now. I mean, why you didn't cover these guys up?
I actually like those guys. That's why.
Come on, man. Tell the truth. Now, you know damn well you scared Mick Vicious going to sick the monster on you, and you don't want no part of Bullwhip cracking that whip on your ass, man. Go on and be honest, man.
Straight. Damn straight on the Bullwhip situation. Now, Mick, I'm not really scared of Mick. Me and him actually tagged before. So I kind of watched him and studied him and kind of seen where his weak link was. But Bullwhip, that's one tough son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. Bullwhip's going to be one to be reckoned with around this area in due time.
Yep.
Daryl's back. Well, hold on. Let me figure this shit out, Luke. All right, here we go. Daryl's back. He says Johnny's is the best show. A lot of people feel that way. There's a lot of people that feel like Memphis Wrestling is the better show. It's wrestling, man. It's subjective. It's up to whoever's watching its opinion. You know what I mean? Whatever they like best, because they are two totally different style shows. Go ahead, Luke.
There's both of the places have good talent. Go get Lennon. Just let my cat out. He'll be fine. But good, yeah, I kind of like Wrestling and Bluff City both have great talent. Just some talent's more underutilized than, I think with Memphis Wrestling, I think there's some talent that's in wrong places, and there's some talents that are, I mean, it's a very weird thing when you look at it like that.
Well, I mean, I think we all look at wrestling a little bit different than the normal fan anyway. Yeah. I think I think some of the talent being positioned wrong could be said about both companies, in my opinion. Both companies have talent that I feel like you could use a little different, but it ain't my company, so it ain't my call, dude. Look, right. Joseph Earl Dawson's back, and he said Bluff City does TV tapings every 3rd Saturday, and they're doing their TV tapings right now in West Memphis, right?
Yep, in West Memphis at the Boys and Girls Club.
Here's Crystal Sharble back, and she said, made half the roster look better, Luke. She's talking about you, man. Talking about you having the ability to make guys look good out there, dude.
Yes, and so.
Look, Joseph Earl Dawson's back. He said Johnny Dotson and Dustin Starr are are both our best shows.
I
I
agree.
agree. I do too, man. It is what it is, man. There's always going to be. Look, here's the thing: you got two companies trying to occupy the same space.
Yeah.
Anytime you got two things trying to occupy the same space, they're always bumping into each other, dude. It's always going to be that way until one's either gone or the other one's gone. Who knows, man?
Right.
Daryl Bruff said announcing is so. Which show you talking about, Daryl? You talking about Dustin's show or Johnny's show? Daryl come back and says much better on Bluff City. So obviously he's talking about Dustin's show announcing is so much better on Bluff City. Like I said, it's all subjective in the wrestling business. But look, Luke, you were talking about Osceola, and here's the deal. Look, let's pull up this graphic before we even dive into this, because you got a big match coming up this Friday night, dude. You and Harry, you and Serpent have been in a feud, dude. Y'all have been going. This thing it brewed. It's actually been brewing for probably a year and a half or more. But man, maybe 5 months ago, you guys actually had a knockdown drag out outside the MCW arena, right out there on the gravel in the dirt, man. So talk to me about that situation, man. Talk to me about how that situation played out and how it come about. How you two guys ended up in the scuffle you did.
The claps to me have all. I was gonna expose the whole damn situation. The claps to me have always been bullies. If not the claps way, it's not the right way. So I went up there to pay my respects, and Harry opened his mouth and said something to me, and it was on from there. Like we tore the arena down and outside. Pretty sure there was a few dents and a few cars, but the point is, like I said, Harry's a bully, Carl's a bully, David he's just David. I think he's a smarter one out of the two jackasses. But yeah, it's been it's brewed over years, man. Over years.
Yeah,
And
man. I go ahead, Luke.
I don't think it ever will stop being like that. I wish things were different, but like I said, it is what it is.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. You know that little altercation happened several months ago. Like I said, I don't know exactly how many, maybe even 4. And then here recently, maybe 6 weeks ago, man, out of nowhere, you popped in Osceola and attacked Harry, man. Give us a little, kind of take us through your train of thought, man, of going from the fight outside the building to going on and making the decision that, hey, I'm done with this bullshit. I'm going to go take care of it. Talk to me about that situation, Luke.
Like after the first time, it kind of brewed and it set and I thought, it, like you said, I just got tired of the bullshit. It's gone on long enough. Remember, I actually remember what kind of set it off was I was thinking back and I watched that podcast that Carl did with you. Remember that?
Right.
And that kind of set it off too. And I thought it was a perfect time. It was just a lot of thoughts are running through my head, and one of the thoughts was to be the trampoline park and break Harry's neck again. But it didn't go like that, and I just beat his ass.
Man, that's some heavy statements there. I mean, breaking someone's neck in the wrestling business, man, sometimes that's a career killer. It ends it for the guy. It's that personal with you two guys. We can see right now this Friday, y'all have got a lumberjack strap match. Do you think that Friday night will be the end of this, or do you think this thing is going to keep boiling until it till it eventually explodes again, dude.
I don't think this will be the end of it, because this just shows how much of a coward he is. You know, like everything that I've been saying over the past 3 or 4 years, that just shows how much of a coward he really is, because he can't fight his own battles. And I don't want him. I don't want to fight him when the fans are involved. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, but I brought myself into this. Week after week, I beat him with a strap. You know, I busted him open. I've embarrassed him. I've did what I said, what I've thought out. I did what I set out to do, basically.
Right.
It's gonna be the end of it. I don't think. I honestly don't think it'll be the end of it. It's just too much into it, and too much of like you said, me wanting to actually like hit him with a car.
Damn, that's some heat right there, dude. Well, look, let's go back to you making the decision a few, like I said, 4 or 6 weeks ago, that you were going to actually come in the building, man. Were you worried that you might end up in jail that night? I mean, you wasn't invited. You were somewhat trespassing when you hit the building. So were you worried about the consequences?
I really wasn't worried about the consequences, because I know I have people that can back me and bail me
you out of jail.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you know, I can bail myself out, but I knew there was guys and family that was going to, if they had to come to Osceola, the shittiest town in Arkansas, and bail me out, they would have. Because
man, go ahead, Luke.
Because the main thing that they're preaching, that my family preached to me growing up, was, if you start something, you got to finish it, and that's what I'm setting out to do.
Right.
Friday night, I'm setting out to finish it, but I don't think it's going to be over.
Man, Osceola, Arkansas, the shittiest place in America. Hold on, Luke. Let me ask you something. Do you really got that kind of heat with Osceola itself, or is it just the fact that it's MCW and the Claps Osceola?
I think it's with the whole town of Osceola. I'm pretty sure after the first scuffle, where I basically just punched Harry in the mouth and you know, got out of Dodge, I'm pretty sure I got chased by a few cars.
I bet you did, man. I bet you did.
But it is what it is. I'm pretty. That's. Yeah. I'm lost for words right now, because, you know, speaking of the situation, it kind of makes me want to just diddle myself down to Osceola right now, and burn the place down.
There you go, man. That's a lot of animosity towards MCW, Osceola, Arkansas, the Claps. Look, Joseph Earl Dawson's back, and he said the MCW Osceola events are really TV tapings for MCW Defiance. That's right. They've got a show that comes on, I think it's every Saturday morning. MCW's doing some big things, and they have, man. They've really amped up their product over the last couple of years, man. They got TikTok. They're doing all kind of things, man. So let me ask you this, Luke. What's your goal at MCW? Are you strictly here to handle Harry, and then are you out? Or say you take Harry out of the situation, do you have some plans for MCW and Luke Justice?
The plan is to take over. I think that's my whole plan right now, is to take over, and I'm going to go back to it, run Harry over the car.
So we get Harry run over with the car. He's out of the business. The plan is to a change of guard in Osceola, Arkansas. And so instead of the Claps running the show, Luke Justice is going to run the show, right?
Just the show then. It's already a Clap show right now.
There you go, man. Look, you're not, I mean, you're a big part of MCW right now, but like I said, we mentioned Wild Card from the beginning. Wild card's your baby, man. You said it, dude. So look,
Yep.
I got a graphic for wild card too. Y'all got a show coming up.
The 10th.
The 10th, okay, February 10th. Let me get this pulled up, dude. And here it is. Let me get this out there. All right, right there, February 10th, Wild Card Wrestling, man. Tell us a little bit about Wild Card itself, dude. The company. What your goals are with Wild Card Wrestling, Luke?
To make it as big as possible, honestly. There's a lot of good shows that go on NEA, go on in the NEA area, but I want to make it one of the biggest. Like I said, one of the biggest shows possibly. So I think the main goal right now is to not only, like you say, push myself as a young guy, but push all the other younger guys that work for me. I'm in contacts with the Dog Pound in Texas, so that will be another good place for the wild card to be exposed to. So just pushing it, being as big as I can.
Well, look, talk to me about this show on February 10th. Talk to me about some of this talent. Tell me who they are. Tell the people who they are. Tell me what people can expect when they come to a wild card wrestling show, man.
Fun and exciting. I will say that that's the least fun and exciting. Cade Allen. I'm pretty sure you guys know Cade Allen from. He's been up and down the road a few times. That goofball Dorian Vane.
Dorian, man, I had Dorian on here a month or two ago. Probably not quite that long. Probably about 5 weeks ago, man. I like Dorian, man. He's a hell of a talent, dude. And I seen some of y'all's back and forth on Facebook, man. Are we going to see a Luke Justice Dorian Vane matchup?
You never know. I think, Dorian is one of the biggest goofballs in the Mid-South right now.
Whoa.
That ego is going to get him where he writes checks that his ass can't cash. And it's probably going to come to blows, but who knows? I hope so. I hope I get him in the ring, teach him a little lesson, take him to school, teach him how to put himself.
Dude, that's a hefty task, man. You know this dude, he's a military guy. He's had some boxing experience, had some MMA experience, man.
That's good because now that I know he won't be like any other claps and run. So.
And he's an MCW guy, too. He's a mainstay at MCW. So you and him cross paths on a regular basis, man. And Cade Allen, dude, I've known this kid since he was a kid, man, literally. Back in 2006 and 7, me and my wife ran Paragould for about a year. And his brother, and I think both of his brothers, one was a referee, one wrestled for us, and he was always around, man. He used to do this awesome John Cena impression, man. Music, man. He did. You could play the music. He'd do a John Cena entrance. Good kid, man. And I'm going to tell you something. I hadn't seen him in years and years until I kind of got back into business a few years ago. He is a hell of a wrestler in the ring, too, man. He's turned into a hell of a talent in the wrestling business.
He is very, very underrated.
I think so too, Luke. I believe that, man. He's good, man. And he's, like I said, he's been around it since he was a kid. I don't know how old he is, but I'm sure he's mid-20s. I wouldn't think.
I think he's like 27, 28, somewhere up in there.
Okay, so he's a couple years older than I thought he was, but still, he's under 30, man. He's been around this business for, hell, that was 2006. So, I mean, almost 20 years just to that point, dude. And his brother was a wrestler, and the other one was a referee. So he's been exposed to the wrestling business for years and years. Awesome talent. Look, I see a face back there that I ain't seen in a while, man. Is that Houston?
Yep, that's Houston.
Dude, that's another guy, man. He is a hell of a talent in the ring. Houston's only issue, he don't wrestle enough, man. Houston needs to get out there and work all the time, man. He is one talented dude in the ring. Him and TJ O'Reilly are vendetta.
Yeah.
Awesome talent, dude.
I'm trying to get both of them. I think they'll be good for tag team wrestling, which they are. But I think they'll be good for tag team wrestling in the area because they haven't been to this area as a tag team before. So,
right, I used to watch them every week at EIW. Man, these guys are one hell of a tag team, man. If you could get both. Do what, Luke?
They're flawless in the ring.
Right. Hey, and they do everything. They ain't a big move out there that you ain't gonna see when these guys are in the ring, man. Houston loves big superplexes and shit. TJ's a hell, TJ's second generation wrestler anyway. His dad, Sarge O'Reilly. He growed up in and around this business. Both of these guys are really, really good talents, man, out there. It surprised me when I seen Houston on the card because I hadn't seen him regular in a while, man, in a long time, but he seems to be starting to get back out there now.
He was actually on my last show, Wrestle My Granddad. So, and that was a hell of a.
Right. Speaking of your granddad, I see he's on he's going to be on the next PKAW show, man, in Jackson, Tennessee.
Yep. That's going to be a hell of a, whoever he works.
What about you, Luke? Are we going to see Luke at PKAW?
Oh, yeah. I was there. I worked, I wrestled Mike Reels at the last show.
I didn't know that, man. I take that back. I remember them saying something about you going to be there. How'd that go, man? I like Mike Reels. He's a guy I had on the podcast probably 2 months ago, man. Hell of a talent in the ring. How did the match go with you two guys?
It was.
Did you hear me?
Oh, good. Very flawless. If you, I hate to. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead, Luke.
Real's one of those guys that you put him on any card, he's going to shine. And he's going to help anybody and everybody grow.
Right. I think so too. He's a hell of a talent out there, man. Let me get this situated. Look, Daryl Bruff came back and he says, MCW are good folks. I'm the same way, man. MCW, Osceola, Arkansas is my stomping ground, man. I started, matter of fact, me and my brother, Sam Dollar, were the very first two members on Moondog's roster when he started running Osceola, even before it became MCW. Him and LaFonce hooked up. Me and my brother were the very first two guys on Moondog's roster. I want to say 94, maybe. Either late 93 or early 94. So, man, Osceola's they've got some second, third, and fourth generation wrestling fans there, dude. Daryl comes back and he says, tell Luke to check in with me. He knows why. Good night, all. Daryl, we appreciate you sticking with us as long as you can. You like me. I know you're old as hell. It's past your bedtime. Luke, remember, 10%, man. You know my cash out, dude. I want that 10, dude.
I got you. I'll give you 10%.
Man. How much?
I might throw you like 15. Who knows?
Man, I'm going to hold my breath, Luke. I'm going to hold my breath till I see that cash app ding, man. So, look, man, you got some other shows coming up too, dude. Let's go back to MCW for a second, because Saturday, MCW they are having let me get it right, a benefit show. Let's get this pulled up so everybody can see. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about this show, man.
Honestly, I just know from what they said on their live. If you want to know, honestly, I don't know anything about the show. I just know that I'll be there. But if you do want to know,
all right, y'all, we lost him. Luke, if you can hear me, man, log back in, dude. Anyway, guys, this Saturday, MCW has got a benefit show. Looks like bell time is 5 p.m. for this show, y'all. Go support this. Let me see if I can get up close enough to read it and see. It's to support the Ryan Smith and family. I can't really read the small print there, so I don't really know what the situation is. The guys at MCW are always out there supporting their fans, supporting the community, always doing something for the community. So go check this show out. It's an awesome show. Every single Friday night in Osceola, Arkansas, and this one is Saturday, bell time 5 p.m. And it's at the same building. It's at the home. It's at the Osceola MCW Arena. Go check it out. All right, I think Luke may be coming back. Let's get him back on here with us. There he is. All right, Luke, nice for you to join us, man.
What's up, buddy? Yes, I don't know. Somebody tried to call me, and it kind of kicked me out. So sorry about that.
No, you all right, dude. You need to tell them, man, you're doing important shit right now. We ain't got time to accept calls, man. We talking wrestling, dude.
Yeah, it was Teddy from AWA.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. So that's a perfect segue. Teddy, I appreciate you calling, Luke, because we were fixing to head that direction anyway, man. We were fixing to check that out. Look, AWA, now listen. Here a year or so ago, I mean, you were a huge part of AWA when it first started. And somewhere down the line, you guys kind of split and went your separate ways. And that's kind of how Wildcard came to be. So I noticed this card a day or so ago, and I realized that you had shared it, and it got my brain working. And like, before we went on there, I asked you, I said, are you gonna be working some of the AWA shows? And you said, yeah. So kind of take us through the situation with the AWA and how y'all come to split, but now you're going back. So kind of take us through the whole story, if you don't mind, Luke.
Well, we did our last St. Jude show last March. Then we did 2 more shows after that, went into August, and we kind of tried to pay for the sharks when we couldn't even pay for the fish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And stuff in that situation, and we had to cancel. So I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I just got tired of, really honestly got tired of booking and promoting and everything, all that good shit.
Right.
So, a couple months passed, September rolled around, and I'm like, I'm going to try to do this again, but I'm going to do this, with just me and Granddad.
Right.
Wildcard Wrestling came a part of that. But going back into it, then we had another falling out. But we got everything corrected. In reality, he is like my family. I've been around him pretty much my whole life. My granddad used to tag with him. My granddad actually trained him too.
Right.
So, this past week, I was like, I want to try to come back up and work, whatever. He was like, all right, cool. You go ahead and come on, you and your granddad. So that's where we're at this weekend. I don't know what we're doing, but right. I know that hell will be raised once we step into the old high school gym.
Right. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Luke. It's hard to. Here's the thing about the wrestling business. It's hard to be partners in the wrestling business sometimes, man. You got to really be. You almost need to be family, and sometimes that don't even work, dude.
Yeah, it don't.
The wrestling business. Here's the thing: when you got several chiefs and not enough Indians, every chief thinks his decision is the right decision in the path that everybody should follow. And if you got more than one chief at a wrestling show, usually you got issues. Right? Usually you got issues. But you're headed back now. That means everything's y'all kind of worked your stuff out. This show is Saturday night. It's in Blytheville, Arkansas. Where is it? At the Blytheville High School gym?
Yeah, the old high school gym. They actually built when you come on to to 10th Street, it won't be the one on the left. I mean, the right. It'll be the one on the left. You have to pull all the way around. It's the smaller gym, but they won't let it. They won't even let anybody touch that newer gym. So,
Right.
which I blame them.
Right. I mean, here's the thing about wrestling companies, man. You got to really be on your, if you're running a show in a building, you need to really be on your boys and let them know, hey, this ain't don't be leaving your shit around, throwing trash, leaving cigarette butts out in the yard, thumping them around and shit.
Right.
It'll cost you a building a lot of times, man. I've seen too many guys lose their buildings because they just didn't take care of the building like they should have.
Right.
But look, this is a hell of a card right here. You got the Savage Brotherhood managed by Tiger Williams. They're going to be there. You got Vicious Hyde. I see them. You got Full Deck. Is it Full Deck right now or is it the Crazy Carnival?
I think it's Crazy Carnival.
Okay, I see Kilo on there, veteran of the wrestling business. Bullwhip Ballard, man. Dude, am I missing somebody? I know I am. Name off somebody, Luke. I know I'm missing somebody. I see the V-Man back there.
V-Man, Dread the Clown.
D-Lo. I see D-Lo.
Pretty Boy Mike. I think that's what his name is. The overall, Chris Rocker. Rocker's going to be there. So it'll be an overall good card, good night. So
right.
If anybody's in the area, definitely stop by here. You have your options on Saturday night. You have Osceola running. I think they start at 5. 5 or 6.
Yeah, the bell time's 5 o'clock for the Osceola show.
So if you get done with Osceola and you still want some more action, just follow us on down to Blyville.
Right. Joseph Earl Dawson came back and he said Full Deck, Ace and Joker. Right. Hell of a tag team, man. Oh, yeah. Both of these dudes. Hell of a team,
why
man.
So much good chemistry is because they're actual brothers.
Right, man. Hey, you can't fake that, man. These two dudes growed up together. They know each other inside and out. So gonna be a hell of a card in Blyville. Osceola Friday night, hell of a card. Big fan strap match or a lumberjack strap match.
Oh my God.
Give me your thoughts on this, because look, you done said some bad shit about these Osceola fans. I know damn well when you hit that floor, they're gonna be strapping your ass, Luke. Talk to me about that.
I don't know how they even ended up in this match. Me and Carl, I haven't even signed a contract with him.
That sound like some shenanigans going on, don't it, Luke?
Yeah, it is pretty sketch. but like I said, this just shows that everything that I've said about Harry has come true. He is a coward. He is a bully. He is a bitch.
Damn.
So come Friday night, fans involved, fans not involved, the bad boy is going to have to get put to rest.
Dude, Harry's a scrappy ass dude, man. He's been in this business a long ass time, man. He's seen damn near everything there is to see in this business. That's some bold words and some big statements, Luke.
But he might have been in this business for a while, but he ain't never met anybody that's come close to me.
There you go, folks. Gonna be a hell of a matchup. Lumberjack strap match. You guys need to be there Friday night and do not miss this show or this match, man. There's no telling what's gonna happen with these two dudes.
And all you stupid Osceola idiots, you better not buy tickets.
Lord Jesus, they're gonna be packed right now. I tell you what you need to do, Luke. You need to get you some gimmicks. Get you some picks and dare people to buy your shit and tear it up. You'll make a killing Friday night in Osceola, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Moondog used to do it all the time. So look, Luke, there's one more graphic that really popped me last night when I seen it, man. And here's the thing. Look, here's the thing. You did this as a joke, but man, here's something that I'm really feeling like. I'm feeling like there may be some truth to that right there. The whole effing show, Luke Justice, man. Talk to me about, is this just a joke to you, or is there some subliminal meaning behind this picture to you, man?
Oh, it's just a joke. I was like, because me and I went to Bluff City and I asked Dotson. I was like, how many minutes do you want us to go? He's like, go however long you want. Like, hell yeah, we're gonna be the whole effing show.
There you go. Hey, dude, I'm not bullshitting you. When I seen this is what I see from the start. Like I told you, man, if I feel like you need to, and this is just my opinion. I know you're a grown man. You're going to do what you want to do and do what you feel's best. But, dude, I see some truth into that, man. I honestly do. I feel like if you would forget about the promoting, forget about the booking, and fully concentrate on wrestling, I think within a year or two, you could get signed somewhere, dude. I do. I believe that 100%. I believe you could get signed somewhere.
It's been on my mind here heavily. It's been on my mind here lately. So, I'm gonna give it a few more weeks and to see how this next show goes, and I'm possibly gonna go from there. Right now, I'm just trying to have fun, like you said, because with Granddad and stuff like that, because I know his time's coming where he's gonna be done. So, but if this show doesn't go good, then possibly going to be done with booking and promoting and get us some bookings somewhere else, just to have a little bit of fun, take them on the road.
Right. Dude, I'm just going to be honest with you, man. I believe your granddad, hey, I can 100% believe there's nothing he'd love better than to turn on. Might even be Netflixed next year for Monday Night Raw and see Luke Justice, which you probably wouldn't be named Luke Justice, but man, think about it. Think about how your granddad would feel. He'd flip that TV and you was on AEW, WWE, TNA, man.
Right.
New Japan, GCW. I honestly, I think you'd be a perfect fit for GCW, dude. I think with your look you got now, kind of the style you're working at, I think GCW might be a perfect home for Luke Justice, man.
Because it could lead to bigger things. They have a lot of connections with New Japan, so that could lead me to New Japan. Could lead me to. They do a lot of stuff in Germany, so it could help me see the world a little bit.
Are you ready for that? If that opportunity comes, are you ready to go to world travel, dude?
100%. 100%. This is. People talk about living the lifestyle, but they don't know how to live the lifestyle. So, like me, this is all I've ever wanted. This is me at a top, me learning how to bump it, 1 year old on the bed,
Right.
This is all I ever wanted. And if I can make money and not having to go to some lame ass shoot job, then I'd do it. I'd take it in a heartbeat. It's just there, I'm reaching. You know what I'm saying? I just shoot jobs, they're so weird.
They suck, man.
I've actually do. They really do, but it's what gets you by. I've had to quit a few because of the scheduling with wrestling, because like I've had to take off, for an opportunity, and I couldn't. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm not doing this. I can't do it. Wrestling's all up. Wrestling's been there for me. It's an escape. It's been there for me when other people haven't. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of other people.
And man, I'll be honest with you. I think that's what 99% of people get into wrestling for. Look, we all love wrestling to even get in it, but we all get in it with the same idea of, man, it's better than working a fucking real job 9 to 5, dude. It just is.
It really is.
And it, it's just the dream. But here's the thing, Luke. This is from me to you. You're not going to capture that dream in Blytheville, Arkansas, my friend. You have to go out. You're not going to capture it, dude. You need to put yourself in these people's faces. Go. Make sure you show up in places, man. Anytime AEW or WWE is anywhere close, TNA, you need to be there, man. You need to, even if you're just hanging out around back trying to see somebody that maybe knows you. Out of sight, out of mind. If you're in their face, you're in their face. You know what I mean?
Right.
Luke, man, Is there anything you want to promote? Look, tell everybody out here, promoters and everybody, if there's any promoters out there that want to get a hold of you, man, tell them how they can get in touch with Luke Justice, man, to book you.
You can get a hold of me through Facebook, which is under Luke Justice. I have I have another Facebook, but it'll be the one that's got the picture on the left side of the screen above Buster's big ass head.
There you go, man. I got you covered up with the live time, or maybe the fans can see you. I can't. I got you covered up.
But yeah, it'll be under that, or you can hit me up on Instagram at All Work No Ego, or you can email me at justiceluke96@gmail.com.
There you go. Anybody out there looking to book Luke Justice? That's how you do it, Luke. Dude, been an awesome show, man. I've had a blast talking to you, dude.
Yeah, it's been fun. Really, it's the most fun I've had in a while. To be honest with you.
Man, I told you, man, we was gonna have fun. We just gonna talk, man. You've been on before, so we didn't have to go through all the basic bullshit that every podcast start with: who you are, where you were trained, how you got into business. We already know all that. Mostly everybody out here already knows all that about Luke Justice. Luke, my friend, I wish you all the luck in the world. Dude, I guess I'm gonna wish you luck for Friday night, but I know I'm gonna get a call from Harry or a text message saying, "You hoping Luke kicks my ass?" I'm a neutral. I'm neutral in this one, Luke, dude.
I think everybody is. Well, not everybody, but most of the people are.
I hear you. Luke, you have a great night, man, and you take it easy.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. All right, guys, right there, Luke Justice. The whole effing show, man. I think there could be a lot of truth to that, man. Like I said, this young guy, he's 21 years old, and he's a 10-year veteran of the wrestling business, man. That's unheard of. He's wise beyond his years in the ring. Go check this guy out at Wild Card. Go check him out at MCW. Go check him out at AWA, Bluff City Wrestling. Go check out Luke Justice, man. Check him out in person and see what you think of him. Look, guys, Thursday night, Buster Unmasked is back. I'm back with Inhumane Championship Wrestling. I've got Crusher Koloff with me, and I'm going to have the inaugural Inhumane Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, Bam Bam Baker. He'll be here with us. Talented guy in the ring, man. We're going to talk to him, see what the champ's got on his mind. And look, this Sunday, first of all, I want to apologize for this past Sunday having to postpone the show. Guys, I was sick as hell. I was sick for like 2.5 days. I thought it was a little bit of food poisoning, but now I think it's a little bug because everybody else in my house is sick now too with the same thing. So sorry. You know, if I promise y'all the podcast, if any way possible, I always like to deliver. But this Sunday night, 7 p.m., Becoming the Jet Hero Part 2. This is a show you do not want to miss. There's no telling what you might see on this show. I don't even know. So this Thursday, 7 p.m., Inhumane Championship Wrestling, Crusher Koloff, Bam Bam Baker. This Sunday, I got Jet Hero back for Becoming Jet Hero Part 2. Guys, I appreciate everybody for watching this show. I appreciate everybody who interacted. And don't forget, Thursday night, 7 p.m., Buster Unmasked. If you're looking for a pro wrestling podcast with me, Buster Unmasked is the only podcast for you, where real pro wrestlers talk real pro wrestling.